name is Kathy, and today I'll continue the talk on the release dream. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to create several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Today we will talk about another specific release dream theme and how to analyze them for yourself. Today, let's look at two other common release dreams. The first one is the one where you're unable to call for help, and the one where your love runs off with someone else. Being unable to call for help. In the release dream of being unable to call for help, can be a very serious one that many people ignore. In this dream, the dreamer is often in a difficult, dangerous, sometimes desperate situation. At the very end, the dreamer tries unsuccessfully to call for help, or hears someone else in the dream saying the dreamer had better get help. The dreamer calls out, but can't make their voice heard. Sometimes the dreamer frantically dials 911 or tries to get the operator, but can't get through. Either the phone doesn't work, or the operator is uncooperative, or the dreamer dials the wrong emergency number. In other variations of this dream theme, the dreamer goes for help to a trusted friend who is unresponsive, or else they call out to a trusted friend who never arrives or who's not home. This is one of those dream themes that can frequently parallel a person's waking life. It is amazing how frequently the dream of calling for help turns out to have its parallel situation in the dreamer's waking life. By asking the dreamer to describe the situation and feelings in the dream, and then to see if those feelings mirror waking experience, it will usually happen that the dreamer is in a difficult emotional or career situation and is unable or unwilling to call for help. In fact, the dreamer may even be quite unaware of their need for help. Usually, the help that is needed is help that comes from outside, from someone who is more experienced in the field or who has more psychological expertise. Let's look at some samples of this dream theme of being unable to call for help. In this release dream, a woman dreamt that she was in the middle of a forest and was lost, alone, and very frightened. In her dream, she just kept calling out for help, but there was no one there to hear her. When this dream was analyzed, when this woman started to describe her feelings, she recognized fairly quickly how the dream pictured the general state of her emotional life during the past year. She had just divorced and now felt that her entire life had become a new and somewhat alien and threatening experience. She felt that her friends were not sensitive to her needs, and yet she had been quite shy in asking them for support. The woman thought that she had asked for help, but as she thought about it further, she felt she had not been effective in telling her friends the kind of support she needed from them. Nor had she sought out group support or therapy, which she now felt could be useful to her in helping her adjust to her new life. In this next sample dream, we have another woman that kept having this recurring dream, where she is in a barn, and there is a man who is grabbing her, and he wants to hurt her in some way. In her dream, she cries out for help. She screams out for help. But nothing ends up coming out of her mouth in the dream, and so no one can hear her. The feelings of being powerless and of not being heard, knowing that she couldn't get any sound out of her voice, reminded this woman of her early sexual abuse, in which her father had threatened her, saying that if she told anyone, he would kill her. As an adult, this dream would recur at times in her life when she felt powerless, trapped, or seriously threatened. To help you analyze your dreams of being unable to run or call for help, ask yourself the following questions. 1. Describe the painful or dangerous situation in your dream in which you need help. 2. Is there an aggressor? Describe him or her. Mean, angry, crazy, obsessed, and so forth. Use at least 3 adjectives, and if you can include his or her intent. 3. Is there a circumstance in your current life that is metaphorically similar to the one in the dream? 4. Have you been unable to admit that you need help and unable or unwilling to ask for help from friends or from a professional? 5. Could this dream be a warning that your problem is more severe than you had realized and that you really do need some help to work it out? In this next dream theme, where your love runs off with someone else, a dreamer will experience feelings of hurt, jealousy, and rage. These are the awful feelings dreamers report when they dream of their lover running off with another person. In this type of a dream, you may know exactly who your lover is leaving you for, or you may have only a general description, such as a sexy blonde or a wealthy hunk. If you are like most people, you wake up feeling terrible and insecure, and you can't wait to tell your lover what you dreamt. You may even be worrying that your dream is telling you about a hidden love affair that your significant other is having. You know that your dream is telling you about insecurities that you have, and you probably are about to give your lover the 3rd degree, which is not good, to say the least. This dream theme of a person's running off with someone else is very often a person's worst fears come true in the dream state. Very often, this release dream theme forces the dreamer to face the fact that their lover really is having an affair with someone else. They may have suspected this, but did not want to admit it. In the dream state, perhaps the person was able to put 2 and 2 together in a way they could no longer deny. However, the good news is that frequently this dream has nothing to do with an actual affair on the part of the dreamer's significant other. Rather, the dream deals with issues in the relationship. The dream lover is often a representation of aspects of the dreamer themselves. At other times, the dream lover is a personification of the dreamer's insecurities and fears. A person who is too dependent upon their significant other for their sense of self-esteem will be overly jealous and suspicious and is likely to have dreams of this nature. A person may dream of their new girlfriend or boyfriend, often leaving them for someone else. This may be a very insecure person, but it may also be a dreamer who, while unconscious, realizes that their new girlfriend or boyfriend is not ready to commit to them. In waking life, they are often overconfident, but in their dreams, they face their fears. In this first example of the dream where your love runs off with someone else, we have a brunette woman who dreamt that she and her lover were in her bedroom. He got out of bed and went to the door and waved goodbye to her. She knew in the dream that he was leaving her for a sexy blonde, and she cried herself awake. It's not uncommon for brunette women to have dreams of sexy blonde women stealing their men. When this dream is analyzed, this brunette woman was asked to describe her rival. She responded that all she knew was that her rival was a sexy blonde. She was next asked to describe what sexy blondes are. Her answer was very enlightening, as she said that sexy blondes often offer men easy sex. A man looks at a sexy blonde and that's all he can think of. The dream blonde doesn't demand that the man have a relationship with her. She is happy to be his pretty ornament, and he is happy to have an uncomplicated relationship. This was an enlightening description, and so she was further asked if there was anyone in her life, or in her boyfriend's life, or any part of herself that was like this sexy blonde, who didn't ask for anything but a simple relationship. The woman said that was how she was with her boyfriend for the first year of their relationship. Even though she was a brunette, she said, she had pretty much the style of a sexy blonde. But now she wanted a deeper, more meaningful relationship with her boyfriend, and she was running into trouble. Her boyfriend would say things like, "Can't we just have a nice, simple relationship like we used to have?" The woman finally understood her dream to be saying that her boyfriend was having a lot of trouble making the emotional shift she wanted, and that she indeed was afraid that she would lose him to another woman who acted the way she had at the beginning of their relationship. She also said she simply was no longer willing to tolerate such superficial interaction, and that she had to risk losing her boyfriend in order to develop the kind of relationship she wanted to have in her life, with someone else, with him or with someone else. In our next example of this dream theme, we have a man that repeatedly dreamt for the first year of his relationship with his new girlfriend of her going off with a sexy, audacious, very aggressive man on a motorcycle or a sports car. In each case, his heart was broken. When he described his various dream rivals, he said they were all highly sexual, macho men. He said that he understood that his girlfriend was a highly sexual woman, and that he was worried he would not be able to satisfy her. He was haunted by these dreams of her leaving him for another man. He was quite sure of her fidelity in that moment, but he was very insecure about it in the future. He came to understand that these dreams were an expression of his chronic insecurity with this woman, an issue they both needed to address. To help you analyze your dreams of your love running off with someone else, ask yourself the following questions. 1. Describe your lover in the dream. 2. Describe the personality and style of your dream rival. 3. Is there anyone in your life or any part of yourself or anyone in your lover's life who is like this dream rival? 4. Do you think this dream reflects your insecurities and your fears or your suspicions of an actual affair? 5. Does the dream action describe a theme in your relationship, such as a realization that your lover is not as committed as you are, or that you have trouble trusting? If so, how? 6. Clarify your perceptions and your feelings to see what conclusions you can draw from them. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.